Thanks for joining us. We at First Presbyterian practice what we call a spacious Christianity, where we remind each other of our essential goodness, because it's so easy to forget that in this world, where all are welcome and diversity is celebrated, where doubts and questions are a gift that lead us into deeper conversations, where vulnerability is a strength and your tears are holy, where we encourage each other to live the spacious and radical love of Jesus so that all might have a chance to flourish in this world. It is our hope that here you will find space to breathe, a faith to believe in, and a God who believes in you. Welcome.
Every day we go to war again. We assume we know so much more than them before we hear what they have to say. Headline breaks and we start to hate again, calling them names again. We give our peace away. I hope they see it, 'cause I wanna see it. I hope we believe it. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you. Day by day, hope fades away, and then we know that there is pain within we cannot medicate. Learn to feel, learn to begin again, open our eyes again to see each other's pain. I hope they see it, 'cause I wanna see it. I hope we believe it. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you. See how it lights you up, lights you up. See how it lights you up, lights you up. See how it lights you up, it lights you up. I wanna see the love all around you, all around you. I wanna know that love it's all around you.
In the end, it is love that matters. All else will pass away. We need a thoughtful love, a wisdom that sees and knows more deeply, a faith that trusts in the power of God who lives beneath our wings. Ours is the age of something radically new. It is more than a reformation. It is an evolution in love. It is not simply we humans who are in evolution, but God seeks to evolve, to become more being in love, more conscious, more God at the heart of the universe. This is the truth that sets us free, the light that eludes our sight. We are the privileged bearers of transcendence. God cannot do for us what we must do for ourselves. Empty our lives of the inner clutter and noise so that we may welcome God within. Only when we allow God to be God for us can God save us. Because divine love can do no other than make whole. God's love is unmanageable and unruly. It is creative, spontaneous, and novel. It slips in between our controlling urges and dwells in the unbearable wholeness of our being. What a cunning God this is, who hides in lepers and appears in a poor man carpenter turned preacher. Divine love is beyond what the human mind can imagine or invent. It is not logical or predictable. It has empowered life from the beginning and promises to stay forever because love is ever new, ever more whole, deepening the rich creativity of life's playfulness. We all have a part in this unfolding love. We are all wholes within wholes, persons within persons, religions within religions. We are one body, and we seek one mind and heart, more personal and unified in love. This urging toward oneness is an invitation to evolve the divine. We must unfold the past into the quantum moment, and let us aim toward the future. For up ahead is the Christ, rising from the dead in the darkness of night, to become for us the God of the future.
I am so pleased to be with you this morning. Before we moved to Bend, now a couple of years ago, I was eager to find a church where I could feel at home, and perhaps in time even make a contribution. Never did I expect to find one so ideal for me, one with excellent leadership in a setting that honors and cultivates a spacious Christian faith, one that is open and receptive to all people, and one that encourages a growing and committed faith rooted in deep spirituality, active love, and social justice. This was what is the heart of the mission. I'm at home here, and I'm especially pleased to have the privilege of serving in a small way, and very thankful for mornings like this when I can share what is most important to me in my life. Now, Stephen's commission to those of us who are filling in for him has been to choose one thing from our faith and the Bible that is most important to us. And the one verse that captures the essence of this important theme or concept for me, one that is transforming, I have chosen from the verse in 1 Corinthians 13, which says, "Now faith, hope, love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love." Now, the Apostle Paul calls it the more excellent way, That is, it is the excellent way to live and gives us the deepest values of our lives. The word choice for the apostle was the Greek word agape, which essentially means to love others unconditionally. And even if loving them may be difficult, that's what we still need to do. It is not the love of attraction and beauty or great wisdom and profound understanding, although these qualities are not unimportant. Yet the more excellent way is to practice a love that is caring and that is permanent, that endeavors to make life better for those whom we encounter, and especially those whose condition in life may be a product of illness, poverty, or injustice. But practical love was the daily practice of Jesus, and indeed the essence of who Jesus was and how he lived. It would have been the subject Jesus might have chosen for this morning's sermon if Stephen had thought to ask him. When asked by a lawyer which commandment is in the law is the greatest and most important, Jesus replied, "You shall love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind. This is the greatest commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." It is clear in the teaching of Jesus that love is the foundation of living a good and truly spiritual life. He clearly emphasized that a true spiritual pathway is to love God with one's whole being. It's a foundational commitment and the very ground of one's being. And following from this foundation and center, we are to love others with the same intensity and care that we have for our own life in all of its many dimensions. Now, Paul endeavored, as he was converted to the way of Jesus, to live in keeping with the ethical teachings of Jesus. In many ways, he succeeded, although some interpreters of the life and teachings of Paul occasionally point out a failure here and there. Yet few have tried harder, and his legacy is certainly one of the greatest gifts ever given to the Christian community. I do want to note that his teaching and travels were not free of occasional controversy, but few would question his faith and commitment to be the voice for the new Christian movement. A person of great integrity, even when speaking boldly and directly, occasionally got him into trouble. There was a prophetic edge to his speaking and writing, and as it is with all prophets who dare to speak truth to power, he too faced some resistance from those in power. Paul's life ended in a Roman prison, although it was there as well that he loved those in need. He wrote and spoke often on the theme of love, and there's a trace of it in nearly all of his letters. And in the letter called First Corinthians, he speaks quite profoundly about love and introduces what we have already mentioned, his view on the most excellent way. Chapter 13 in the letter is organized around three components of love: the preeminence of love, the practice of love, and the permanence of love. Let's explore together his three words beginning with P. He begins his development of the more excellent way by saying that love is preeminent to, and more important even than oratory. If I speak in the tongues and of mortals and of angels, but do not love, I'm just a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. I have occasionally heard a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, even in this church, and may have firsthand experience in creating those clashing noises and annoying noises. In Paul's culture and time, given the high level of illiteracy, a very important form of communication for scholars and teachers and political leaders was a speech. There was no internet, no television, or even a great deal of literature that was accessible to the common people. Paul says that to deliver a powerful and compelling speech, or we might say putting a message on Facebook, is just a noisy gong if love and empathy are not present. Love must be the motivation of our speeches and be present in all of our communication. As we speak, we enter the world of the other person and become at home in it. And as it is possible, the message should lay aside most of one's own feelings, needs, and move into the world of the listener. All too often, our words are attempts to persuade the other person to move into our world and understand important feelings and concerns that we have. It is so easy to respond to the other person who has just spoken about their suffering with our own tales of suffering. At least indirectly, we often ask them to listen and care for us. When this happens, the person in front of us often does not feel heard or cared for. He goes on to say that love is even superior to knowledge, and this observation catches my attention as one who values knowledge. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, but do not have love, I am nothing. Love must be the guiding motivation of those who speak in a way that makes the great mysteries about life understandable. It is the case for those who act prophetically in order to address social injustice and to create a more humane world. Now, in the same sentence, Paul also speaks about faith. And if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. Even Paul, the great teacher and model of the faith-centered life, underscores that faith without love is incomplete. In fact, faith without love is often dangerous. False faith may lead us astray, and we are currently surrounded by mis- and disinformation about a lot of subjects, and faith is one of them. There are those who distort religion and use its influence for power and for their own gain. Now, Paul moves easily to his second word, beginning with a P. It is practice. It points out that love must be practiced. Of what does love consist on a day-to-day basis? Yes, even this morning. First, he says that love is patient. That is, it takes time and endurance. Healing kindness and focused attention must be present and endure and be sustained in all of our relationships. We all know that those who need love are often not all that easy to love. The profoundly needy are usually difficult to love, and it may require quiet courage to give the best we have in order for true love to be present. It is then so easy to leave the person or to turn the attention back to oneself. Feelings of frustration fill us. The interaction is filled with tension. It may be that the one to whom we are offering love doesn't understand our way and blocks our loving initiative. We may even feel rejection and become the target of anger. Then it is so easy in such an encounter to stop empathic listening. We begin to feel annoyed or judged by the other person and have to deal wisely with these feelings. In addition, there is the continuing risk that a subject comes up in another person's description of their pain, one that matches our own pain, the pain in our life. And when this occurs, we often resort once again to constant self-referencing, often in an attention-getting, me too kind of mode. Now, this practice of self-referencing is one of the most common practices of daily conversation, even acceptable at times, but it often does take away the attention from the one who needs to be heard in a healing and compassionate way. Nor is it the way of love to always turn the conversation in a way that gets the affirmation we want. We may even begin a conversation with a slightly untruthful comment in the effort to be valued. But as Paul says, love does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. In fact, love patiently bears all things while believing in the good and continues to hope for the emergence of the good, the true, and the beautiful. Love has endurance, through the long struggle of creating kind and thoughtful conversation that nourishes all those who are present. This is the practice of love. And in that practice, love gradually becomes permanent, our third word beginning with P. As Paul says, love never ends. Our human behavior and social realities will cease. Oratory is impermanent. Even our knowledge will change and cease because it's partial and often limited by time and cultural assumptions. What we once believed to be the case changes as new knowledge emerges. In fact, as we look back across history, we begin to understand how the human grasp of reality that surrounds them has dramatically changed. The Earth is not flat, nor did the solar system come into being a few thousand years ago. Our beliefs, though sincere, may often be like a child's understanding. Even now, as we look for the truth, Paul reminds us, it becomes like looking in a dusty mirror, and we only see partially. But in faith, we sense that there is a profound truth that is permanent and trustworthy. It is the reality of the best word we have to describe God. God is love. And as we live in God's presence, we sense that we have found the way. We have met the personal God who is love. And this relationship becomes the permanent and lasting foundation of life. Love becomes the central value of our lives. Gradually, this truth has become a reality for me. I am learning a lot about love that does not end. Even in difficult circumstances, and yes, even when there are deep personal conflicts. Unfortunately, it is often the case that those occur in the family. I have discovered that my love for my family does not cease, even as difficulties and conflicts arise. Often our love just becomes more mature as we face the difficulties together and respect each other in the process. And this same permanence does not end as we love others with whom we journey. Even if the connection with others have become troubled, we move through these troubles and conflicts in love and respect. And we get to the other side, caring more deeply about these people than before. So by God's loving grace, we continue to love all those in our circle of nearness and those who need loving care. Love does not end. We have learned that love is the most important, most profound, and deeply gratifying way to live, and it never ends. Love, Paul reminds us, is preeminent, practical, and permanent. We can begin today, right now, to love others, giving it the highest priority, caring in practical ways, and sustaining our commitment to love. And even across difficult terrain, the God of love will go with us.
Though I may speak with bravest fire and have the gift to all inspire and have not love, my words are vain as sounding brass and hopeless gain. Though I may give all I possess and striving so my love profess, but be not given by love within, the prophet soon turns strangely thin. The prophet soon turns strangely thin. Come, Spirit, come, spirits long to be made whole. Let outward love guide every deed. By this we worship and are free. By this we worship and we are free.
Go in faith, believing that you will find your way, and go in hope, confident that you will find peace, and go in the light, knowing that the truth will set you free. And of course, go in love, sensing that love is the heart of the good life. Amen.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found a space to breathe, a faith you can believe in, and a God who believes in you. Visit us at bendfp.org. There you can get more information on who we are and what we're about. You can learn about how we're trying to make a difference in this world and how you can partner with us and support us financially. Or you can make a prayer request. Until next time, God bless.
There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough.